Hello, wonderful people, and welcome to episode 3 of the Fortnite Tower Defense series. Now, if you guys didn't watch last episode, I highly recommend it, as, we fixed some things with the end, with our, guard spawner, and, added our turrets, which, kind of the most important part of the map. Today's episode, we're going to be setting up waves, so, like, how the enemies will spawn, come, and then, eventually get to the end. I'm also going to be balancing out some, money. So what we want to do is go ahead and start off. We're going to move, our item granter, all our guard stuff over. And the guard spawner itself, too. What I would say is the most important part of our map. So you can just keep the guard spawner here. Doesn't really matter where you put it, because, just the guard spawner. I am going to line it up with, the granter and the elimination manager. Now, making the waves is quite simple, so what we're going to get, first of all, is a trigger. And then you can keep all of these, the same, except for trigger VFX and trigger FSX. And then on triggered, we want to go to our guard spawner. And then we want to have it spawn. So this is like basically, so whenever this gets hit, it'll spawn a guard. So what we want to get is our sequencer, for our pulse trigger, as they have renamed it. You can put your speed, I recommend 3. I mean, 3 to 5 is like what you would want, I'd say. I'm gonna max my length out to 100. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna just keep most of this the same, other than the speed. Make sure the looping is off. So you see we have this right here. So then what we also want to make is we want to make ourselves our like round-ended trigger, basically. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna detach this from the guard spawner. Then what we want to do is when we grab ourselves the damage volume. Now we can max this out to as big as possible. And you want to make sure it is enabled on phase none. You want the damage type to be elimination. And you want to have effect shields off, creatures off, players off, vehicles off, but the only thing you want it to attack is guards. Enable VFX off. We don't want none of that. And then our trigger, you want to get here on the damage volume. And then we want it to enable. And then we can also grab ourselves an item granter so we get money at the end of each round. So once again, we can, go to our trigger. And when this is triggered, it'll give us extra gold. I'm going to put in 50 gold. So we're just going to pop ourselves in 50 gold, which should be good, for each round bonus. Like that. So as you can see, now we have each round, it'll give us that. Now what we want to do is we want to clone this trigger once again. And all we want to do is just reverse it, basically. So we want to grab into the damage volume, number 2, which is what I'm using. We want it to disable. Now what you want to do is you want to take these 2 triggers, which is, your enable and disable your volume. You want to take it like this, so, you'll have your string of guards, however you want to spawn. And then before it, you'll have it like this. So this will disable the guards, or it'll kill the guards, and give you the money, and then, yeah. So now what we can do is we can just set up ourselves a basic little wave. So I'm just gonna do like 2 guards. Or actually, I'm gonna do 4 guards for here, and then I recommend giving it a good bit of space, just like this, and then that, and we can just place some more guards a little bit after that, just like right here. So I'm gonna double it, do 8, and you can just keep going along, doing however many guards you want to do. And I do say, keep in mind, the more guards you have, the bigger space you should give, just so you can have them, have a chance of them all being killed before you actually run the next round. Because too little space means they'll just get killed mid-round, which is not good. That is the last thing we want. So what you want to do is make sure your pulse trigger in here activates on phase game start. So then once we start it, as you can see, our guards will start spawning. And we can, buy towers. And that's our basic, wave system. It's not too complicated, and it's not, too crazy. Now what we're going to do is set up our starting money. Now, since I already have over here, I have this item grantor, which gives us, 50. What I'm going to do is I'm going to detach it from these. Alright, so now it's just an item grantor. And all I'm going to do is do grant on game start and put that on. And I'm just going to put 2 of them down. And that'll just make sure on game start everyone has 100 gold. See right here, a grant on game start. And then that'll give us 100 gold at the beginning of the game. Now another thing we do want to do real quick is, in order, so that people can't start building or have infinite gold, turn off your infinite building resources. You can make your max building resources a bunch so you can have a ton of gold. We also, while we're in here, want to go ahead and turn environment damage off, structure damage off, weapon damage off, remove our pickaxe, all that, just some basic stuff that we do need to do. I would recommend turning off mantling, just so people can't jump off the map. I would turn on sprinting so people can get around your map, especially if it's big. It's a bigger map. My map is pretty small, so you can get around it decently easy. But turning up your speed will allow people to, walk around faster. And you can obviously change these settings to however you need it. If you want the pickaxe enabled so people can pickaxe, be a tower themselves, then you can do that. But I am going to keep it disabled. So now, once we start it, as you can see, we spawned with 100 gold. We have no building resources, so we had to quickly buy a tower. And now, since guards do stop when they're getting hit, see? And then as you can see, we got our bonus, that bonus 50 right at the end. So if this guy kills one more, see, now we can get another guy to help defend near the back, or near the front. And as you see, these guys will shoot who's ever farthest from them, which is, towards the front. So we also got that bonus, 50. So you can just keep getting yourself some towers, like right here at the start. Now they're tag teaming the guards. It's pretty basic system, and but it does work very well. You do want to make sure you have the appropriate amount of space, though, in between each wave. But if you have too much, it'll take too long. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was a pretty short episode, but have a good day, and I'll see you guys later.